Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight it's day 16 of the Iceland wine advent calendar. So tonight, yesterday it was a red and it should have been a rosé, a white I thought, but no, it's mixed up, it's a rosé. So, you know, at one stage it was red, white, rose, and then it's gone to pot. So, from Water's Edge, their Pinot Grigio Rosé. It's 12.5%. It's a wine of Moldova. So I had a Water's Edge a few hours ago to catch up from the one from yesterday because I was a little bit abbreviated last night. And that was from South Africa. So this is a Moldova Rosé. Say 12.5%. Let's give it a swirl. So obviously this Water's Edge brand, it's obviously not just one country, because as far as I know, Moldova's nowhere near South Africa. Now Pinot Grigio Rosé, obviously it's Pinot Grigio and then I suppose blended with some rosé wine. I don't know if that's how to do it. But yeah, very, very blush rose. You know, it's slightly like an off-white, really, looking at it. Can't really pinpoint the aroma. Ooh, you can tell it's a white wine more than a rosé wine, you know. See if I can actually get any info on this. Water's Edge, Pinot Grigio Rose, or at least it comes up this time. So from Dillon's Wine Merchants, a bottle is $5.99, standard price I suppose. So looks like it only came out a year ago because Wine of the Week, Water's Edge Pinot Grigio Rose, July last year. The palest of pinks, Pinot Grigio Rosé is the new addition to our flagship Water's Edge range, and we couldn't be happier. That's nice. The current white wine trend is undoubtedly Pinot Grigio. Yeah, you know. Mostly from Italy as well. Mostly. Pinot Grigio Rosé is the lesser known but equally quaffable sibling. Left on the pinky grey skins longer to display more colour and pink fruit tones. As anyone in the trade will be painfully aware, Italian Pinot Grigio is in short supply and therefore molto expensive. Australia has eased the problem for the past couple of years, but prices are increasing due to demand. To keep our customers competitive, we have chosen to go off script and introduce our first and only wine from Moldova. Hence why I've never heard of it. This decision made us slightly nervous. Would our customers want a Moldovan wine? Do people know Moldova even produces wine? More importantly, is it any good? Well, yeah. Well, the answer is yes, it's very good. In fact, the quality is outstanding, surpassing even our own expectations. All of our brand Pinots, both white and pink, are now sourced from Moldova. Makes sense if it's that good that you would want to bypass Italy, because if it's getting expensive from Italy, the profit margins are zilch. And are proving extremely successful. Yes, there will always be a customer that must have Italian Pinot or Argentinian Malbec or an Australian Chardonnay, but they're missing out on a treat here. We think our new Pinots are better than our former Italian liquids and are proving just as popular. This copper pink Pinot is crisp with hints of red fruits and fragrant dry floral notes. Says the volume's 11.5, it's actually 12.5 on the bottle, so maybe a typo somewhere along the line. So yeah, I'll go along with the crispness and get maybe hints of red fruits, but it really is hints. Fragrant dry floral notes. There is a very, like I say, a hint. You know, it's not a fruity wine. So, like Pink Fox that I reviewed, and I can't remember the name of the other one. No, Grey Fox, Pink Fox, Mateus. They're all fruity rosé wines. This is very similar. All it is a Pinot Grigio in a rose colour. So if you like your Pinot Grigios, then you're pretty much like this. So yeah, very drinkable. Hardly any fruitiness in it. It's more a dry wine than a fruit wine, which is good because a lot of people don't like fruit wines. They want to be tasting the dry stuff. It's nice. I mean, it says food match, rice and light pasta dishes, salads, grilled white fish and white cheeses, perfect with feta or goat's cheese. Funny thing is, I don't like any of that sort of food. So I'll stick to having it on its Todd. Oh. So, for a drier rosé, that is quite nice, and not quite as good as the fruity rosé, but that might be a personal preference for me. But very nice indeed. You know, certainly drinkable. Certainly, if someone's not keen, wants to try, if someone likes Pinot Grigios but wants to try rosé wines, it's a very good introduction into the world of rosé wines. You know, before you expand and either go to more dry wines, or you go the slightly fruitier route, you know, to your fruit wines. It's a very good introduction into that area. And not bad at all. It's not hurting my stomach like the wine earlier, but I do think that was probably me last night, you know. Don't mix spirits and beer. I mixed about 55% rum, and then I had 3 or 4, might have been 5 different pints of beer. So I'm mixing beer as well, which, you know, you start mixing brands of beer and that can get dicey. And then someone had whiskey and someone had Jack Daniels, and I drank 2 good quantities of each, and basically that was it. So instead of going out to the pub and spending a few hours in Mapley Top, I ended up falling asleep in the car, getting out, going into the pub. I was pissed up, you know, ready for home. So walked home, 30-40 minute walk home, staggering like hell. Got in the house, got on the settee, came in, fell asleep on the settee, didn't even know it was in my house. Fell asleep, lied there, and apart from getting up to go to bed at 8:30, that was it. Till about 1:30 in the morning. So, luckily, apart from a few videos some idiots took me in the taxi on the way to, in the car rather, I'm all right, didn't upset no one, as far as I know. Live and learn. Drinking at dinner time, bad. And I think next year I'll give it a miss. Christmas work doozy. I can understand now why people do not go to them. Back to the wine. That was nice. That was a nice wine. That was a white wine. You know, it'd been a very, very good white wine. So rosé, same thing really. You know, if it had been, it tastes like a white wine, even though it's got a floral a colour to it. That's the way I see Pinot Grigio roses. You know, they are what they are. You know, it's just a rosé version. Moldovan. I mean, who knew? Tastes as good as any Italian to me. So I have to agree with what the Lanchester wines have put on their site. You know, very nice Pinot Grigio. So high 5. I'm going to give it a good 4.4 out of 5. Not quite as good as some of the ones I've tasted recently, but very nice nonetheless, yeah. And a very good addition to this wine advent calendar, which apart from one or two, they're not bad wines, but they're just not up to the standard of the rest. But yeah, some good stuff. Thanks for watching. See you soon.